What up? What up? What up? What up? What up, dogs? I'm moving the camera. All right, so this your boy iAmRudy, and um, this is part two of a change is gonna come. So last month in February, um, we did a change is gonna come part one, and we talked about the book of Job. So we're going to continue talking about the book of Job. Also, I did find a way to upload my podcast. So you can search Money Tree Music Group Podcast, and my podcast is wherever you listen to your podcast. Basically, I'm on almost everything. All right, but you can Google it. A bunch of links will come up for you to click on. So, excuse me. If you want to listen to the podcast and not watch it on YouTube, you can do that. All right. EP that's playing in the back is called IGG 2. I Got God 2, released January 11th of this year, 2024. It's on all music platforms, all right? Also, February 28th, I just dropped Popular Loner. It's different than IGG, so I like to switch up my music. But let's jump into the Sunday segment. A Change is going to come part two. Part deuce. All right. So if you haven't seen part one, or to my podcast listeners, if you haven't listened to part one, please do so now. Please go listen. Please go watch part one before we jump into part two, because the segments go together. All right. So after you do that, then come back and join me. I'll wait. I'll be right here. Rudy, he bugging, he rap about God. Rudy, he bugging, he act kinda high. Rudy, he bugging, hold on, where's pot? Rudy, he bugging, them songs be fire, not gonna lie. But Rudy is bugging. Bugging. They said that I'm bugging, I'm blessed. Shrugging and haters finesse. Loving the way that I am. Loving the way that I'm taking the pics on the... Alright, you back. I'm still here. Welcome back. Alright, so let's jump into it now that you're back and you've seen part one. A change is gonna come. Alright, so I gave my first five, as you guys seen in part one. Number one was we will be tempted. All right. Excuse me, I got a lot on this table right now. You just don't know. I got an iPad right here. I got a laptop right here. I got a phone right here. I got a phone right here, and I got another laptop right here. It's a lot going on, all right? So I'm trying to not move so much because I got a lot of recordings going on. So the first five in the part one of A Change is Going to Come was, number one, we will be tempted. Number two, everything we have is a gift from God. Number three was God allows suffering. Number four was it's okay to cry out to God. And number five was sometimes we are wrong. So today I'm going to give you 6 through 10 of the lessons that I learned about suffering reading the book of Job. Now, it's a lot of lessons in the book of Job, but these are the 10 that I've learned reading the book of Job. All right, now number 6 is God cares for his creatures. So Job 10:8 reads, your hands have formed me and fashioned me. Will you then turn and destroy me? This is what Job is asking to God. Our iPad is about to die. So at this point, Job he's sad, he's down, and self-pity. He's like, oh my God, you gave me everything, God, and now you're just taking everything away from me. Now, he may not realize it, but he do make an important point. A lot of us feel this way. A lot of us be like, oh my God, like what's going on? What did I do? Why is everything going wrong in my life right now? Why is so much turmoil in my life? It really would make no sense for God to create us and not provide us with everything that we need, right? Like he take care of the birds and the fish and the lions and the tigers and all the animals and the sea creatures, and they're not even made in his image. Us, we're made in his image, in his likeness. So why wouldn't he provide us with everything we need? Well, guess what? He do. He provides us with every single thing that we need. God would never abandon us. God is always with us. But sometimes God had to sit us down and humble us. Amen. Sometimes we walk around like our number two don't stink. Like we are high and mighty. Like we are better than other people. Like we are the capital SH, you know the rest. And God has to sit us down and knock us down and humble us. But he's always with us. Sometimes it might not be none of the things I said. Sometimes God already knows our life. He knew you before you knew you. He knew you in your mother's womb. He knew you when your mother was in your grandmother's womb. He knew you when your grandmother was in your great grandmother's womb, right? So sometimes he know that I have a bigger blessing coming your way. This is not the path that I really want you on. This is just a detour. So now I'm about to snatch this away and we're going to do some construction and I'm going to bless you with something bigger, something better, something that I really want you to have. So sometimes when we go through stuff, God is not trying to humble us. Sometimes he just take things away because it's a bigger blessing to come. And sometimes he does it because we are not grateful for what he has already given us. So he takes it away and we go without and we feel like he betrayed us and we feel like he's not there anymore, but he does that so when we do get the blessings again, when we are back to what we feel is ourselves, we'll be more grateful, we'll be more appreciative of the blessings of the things that we have in this life that we got from God. Now, number 7, I learned that life isn't fair. Take it from me. Take it from you. We all have stories, some similar, some different, but we all have stories where we can tell other people where you feel like your life wasn't fair. Life isn't fair. I took that from the book of Job. Life isn't fair. Job 21:7 reads, "Why do the wicked survive, grow old, and become mighty in power?" Woo! Now I know I'm 36 and I've heard this saying plenty of times. We all done heard people say the good die young. We done heard that so many times. And it looks like it's true. Now Job was right. Sometimes life isn't fair. Sometimes life is not fair. I got an EP called When It Rains. I'm actually wearing a shirt, but you can't see it. But it's dedicated to D'Angelo Northline Red. And he passed away last year on a motorcycle, in a motorcycle accident. And in my songs, I even said, like the good die young, and it really do seem like it's true, like the good die young. And life isn't fair. Like when you lose somebody like Red, like for the people that knew him, you like out of everybody, not wishing death on any single person, but out of everybody, why would Red die? Life isn't fair. Sometimes life just isn't fair. And one look at the crucifix will confirm that. You know the story of Jesus, how they did him. Life isn't fair. Now, the best thing we could do is accept and remember that there's always a bigger picture. We always got to remember that there is a bigger picture. We might feel like our life isn't fair at the moment, but there is always a bigger picture. See, this life is not all that there is. I don't know about you, but I'm trying to make it to heaven. That's where I want to go. I want to fly free. I want my spirit to be free. I want to be free. I want to be with God. I want to worship God every day. I want to work for God every day. This life, this flesh is nothing. It's the spirit. It's the soul which lives on. This life is not all there is. And once you realize that, you will start looking at this life differently. You know, it's going to be people that got more money than you. It's going to be people that got better jobs than you. It's going to be people that got a better car than you. It's going to be a person or people that got more friends than you, that's more popular than you, that you might think look better than you. You know, and let me tell you young folks something, right? The younger generation. A lot of the lives that you see people portraying on social media is not them. It's not their life. They create these false narratives and have you thinking this is the way to live. This is how life should be. This is what you should be doing in life. That's not true. 80% of the people online, they ain't living like that. I know some of them. They ain't living like that. They are not living like that. They are creating false narratives. Like Drake got this song called Emotionalist. Um, and in the song, he raps, I know a girl that saves pictures from places she's flown to post later and make it look like she's still on the go. Whew, I heard that line. It's a lot of lines up into that line. I'm like, oh man, Drake, why you telling on them like that? But that's what it is. That's the life that we're living in these days. People portray stuff that's not really them. Like you might see a IG model or something all on IG and look like her life is perfect and she on Section 8. She got 1 million followers. She on Section 8. She hate her life. She got a raggedy car. In reality, she got a regular little 9 to 5 job. They just try to portray their lives, and our youth need to realize like that's not what life is. That is not what life is. Life is getting to know God. God will provide every single thing that you need. Every single thing that you need. Now, I don't want people to get caught up into thinking that everybody's life is golden, especially the younger generation. Everybody have problems, no matter what people try to say. Jeff Bezos have problems. Jay-Z have problems. The homeless man on the corner have problems. Like every single body, every single person have problems. I have problems. You watching this right now, you got some problems. You know, I'm talking to you. You know you got some problems, don't you? We all do. Not a laughing matter. We all have problems. Nobody's life is perfect. No matter if you're rich, no matter if you're middle class, no matter if you're poor. We all have problems. Biggie said more money, more problems. So there you go. Now the eighth uh, lesson I learned about suffering in the book of Job was to look to the past. Um, look to the past. You know, God was watching over Job, right? Even though Job didn't realize it. God is watching over us, and sometimes we don't realize it. God is watching over us, and sometimes we don't realize it. Like when you hit a rough stretch in life, when you hit a rough patch in life, when you're down on your knuckles, when you're down on your knees, look back and remember all of the other difficult situations that you was in before the situation that you're in now, and look how you got out of it. Don't dwell on the past. Like don't dwell on the bad of the past. But I'm saying when you going through things, look back and say, oh, I was in this situation a couple years ago and I got up out of it and I felt like I wasn't gonna be able to get up out of it. But I did. Look back at the past and look at how God got you up out of stuff. You know, remember all the difficult situations that the Lord got you out of. Doing this will restore your hope and remind you that God is still watching over you. Sometimes we got to remember that God is still watching over us. Sometimes we forget. We get so caught up in thinking we high and mighty, but we're not. We're made in his image. We are kings and queens, but we're not the Alpha and the Omega. All right? We're made in his image, but we not him. Sometimes we got to look back and say, oh, I remember God got me up out of this, so I know that he can get me out of this too. This situation is not going to hold me down. This situation is not going to kill me. This situation is not going to destroy me. God got me out of a situation before. God is going to get me out of this one too. He going to get me out of this situation. Now, the number 9 thing I learned about reading the book of Job is sometimes God is silent. Sometimes God is silent. Job 30:20 says, I cry to you, but you do not answer me. Job is like, God, what's going on? Like, I'm praying to you and you're not even responding back to me. What's going on? It's your boy. God, it's your boy. It's me. It's Job. It's your boy. Remember me? Remember me? God, it's me. It's me. For the first 37 chapters of the book of Job, Job poured out his heart and God said nothing. Sometimes the Lord is silent. Don't stop speaking to him though. A lot of times we fall off track. You like, oh, God didn't answer my prayers. I'm done praying. I ain't praying to God no more. He ain't listening to me. He must be busy. He got other stuff to do. He done forgot about me. God don't love me. Don't stop talking. Sometimes he's just silent. Don't stop speaking to him. Continue to speak to him every single day. Now, he eventually answered Job. And he gonna answer you too. He gonna answer you too. But sometimes he is silent. I feel like when God is silent, you still have lessons to learn. You praying to him and you calling out to him, but you're still doing the same stuff that you know you shouldn't be doing. He's saying, hey, you still got lessons to learn. So I'm going to just sit back and watch. You know how, sometimes you tell your kid, hey, don't do that. Hey, sit down. And kids going to be kids. And you just sit there. Now, I done told this boy not to do this. And you sit there and you watching a kid, but he about to do it anyway. And you sit there and you just watch. Remember, he will answer you also when the time is right. Remember that our time might not be the Lord's time. A lot of times we think that, oh, I need this now. Like the commercial say, it's my money, I need it now. No. Our timing is not the Lord's timing. The Lord's timing is the Lord's timing. We have to be patient. Now, the 10th lesson that I learned from the book of Job is that God is God and I am not. God is God and I am not. iAmRudy. You are whoever you are. God is God. We are not God. We are gods, but we are not the Alpha and Omega. Job 38:4 reads, Where were you when I found the earth? God talking his stuff now. Like, hold on, Job, come pipe down, bro. Where was you at when I created the earth? Where was you at? What was you doing? Tell me if you have understanding. As the creator of the universe, God really does knows best. Most of the time we think that we know what's best for us and we don't. God knows best. You got to give him the benefit of the doubt. Now, Job eventually learned the lesson, and we should also learn the lesson. Like Sam Cooke said in his song, a change is going to come. Now, in the end, if you never read the book of Job and you're wondering, well, you saying all this stuff, but what happened at the end? Now, in the end, the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before. Twice as much as he had before all the trials and tribulations. Now, even though life can be difficult, remember there's always a happy ending awaiting us. Patience is key. Don't give up. Patience is key. Don't give up. keep it pushing, like my mama said. Now, take a page from the book of Job and keep on crying out to the Lord when you need to. He would not desert you. If God is silent, keep on talking to him. He would not desert you. He's still there. He is always with us, even when we think that he's not. God knows best. We don't know what we really want. We don't know what we really need, but God do. If you haven't did it already, read the book of Job. Even if you're not going through nothing, just read the book of Job just to prepare yourself and see how Job presented himself. See the things that Job did. We all should be like Job. Because we are going to have trials and tribulations. We are going to have suffering. We are going to have things taken away from us. We are going to feel like life isn't fair. We all fall short to the glory of God. No matter what, we could wake up in the morning and everything be gone. We have to know how to encounter and how to prepare for things like this. All right. So always remember the words that I speak to you. May God bless you and keep you, and remember to love one another, because love does make the difference. I will be back next month, third Sunday, with my next Sunday segment. God bless you, and I hope that these words take heed. I hope you take heed to these words and get in your Bible. See you later.